Hello again and welcome to my second YouTube video. This time I've got one item for repair and I'm going to check what's wrong with it and see if I can repair it. So what I've got is a simple item. It's a car battery charger. It's a Subtac CB15 from Austria. The complaint with this item is that while it was being in use, it started smoking. And let's open it and check inside what could have been smoking there. I have already removed all the screws from the case. There were 4 from one side, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4 from another side and 4 from the downside. Let's open and see what's inside. Okay, so this is quite a simple item. It's a car battery charger. It has input, an output, and then it has a boost function. There's a 2 amp mains fuse. Then it can charge both 12 and 24 volt batteries, and we've got also the remains of the 10 amp automotive fuse. It looks like it's still intact inside, so yeah, there's just the outer plastic case missing from this fuse. And then we have our ampere meter, currently at 0 amps. Here's what we have inside of this item. There's the mains transformer, there's the bridge rectifier with the heatsink down glued to it, and here we have the ampere meter. And this coil is used to measure how many amps, how much current there's passing through it. And I think, as far as I know, ampere meter is just a millivolt meter, and it just measures the amount of voltage that is dropped by this very low resistance coil. Now what I'm going to do is check the fuses. So first the mains fuse. It seems to be intact. And the second fuse, the automotive one, I think I will check it with a multimeter. I don't want to rip it apart and damage it if it's still good. So okay, so the readings on my multimeter, it's less than 1 ohm, so it's still good. Next thing I'm going to check is the resistance of the transformer, primary side. So what I do, I'm gonna check it. Okay, it's quite hard to do with a camera in one hand, so bear with me. So now I'm checking the resistance of the primary windings on this device, and it shows 11.4 ohms, so I think that should be fine. Let's try the boost function. Now we have resistance of 10.4, so everything should be fine with the primary. Let's check the secondary. Now I'm checking the output resistance, and one way it's 2.4 mega ohms. Now when I check it the other way, it shows 0. So it isn't shorted, at least, that we know. I think everything is fine with this item, and the smoke was coming probably from this coil. Probably it was left on for a long time, and a few windings have overheated and shorted, and thus heating even more and producing a little bit of smoke in the process. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to power it up and see if I can reproduce the smoke effect myself. Now I have it powered already, and now I'm measuring the output voltage. I have selected minimum, not the boost function, and let's select 12 volts, and let's see what the output is. 11.7, so this is fine. Let's see what's the boost function doing. 13.1. And then let's try the 24 volts with boost. It's 26.25, and minimum 23.69, so close enough to 24. I think this unit is actually well functioning. Unfortunately, I don't have any resistor or any dummy load to test the amperes and see if the specification is right, if it can deliver minimum 6 amps and boost 12 amps to the load. But so far it looks fine to me. What I'm going to do with this unit, I think, my theory is that this coil overheated and probably a few turns have shorted, so I'm going to adjust it a little bit so there's more space between coil turns, and maybe that helps the heat dissipation a little bit, and then the first coils won't be shorted anymore. So hopefully in the future it will not produce the magic smoke. What I'm also going to do tomorrow, I will go to the electronics shop and get myself a 10 amp automotive fuse and also a 2 amp normal fuse, because I have checked the fuse inside and it's actually 8 amps. So that's way too high for this unit. I think I'm going to get a 2 amp slow blow fuse, so it doesn't trip at exactly 2 amps. It gets a little bit of time to warm up and so on. I have made a quick fix to the coil. Now, as you can see, there are no turns shorted, and I think the spreading out of it a little bit will help with the heat dissipation. So hopefully there will be no more smoke from this unit. What's left to do with it is to replace the fuses with the correct type, and I think I may get some dummy load and test how many amps it can deliver if the specification is right. And then if everything's okay, I will just put it back together and give it back.